Welcome back, guys, to Trails into Reverie, where last episode, our finale patrol through East Street took us from the Bracer Guild to Long Lao, where we spotted the store to eating, before we checked out Station Street and then entered the Central Plaza. After spotting a meeting of animals on top of the SSS Annex, we now continue checking out the shops. Have I really been talking to you about the Supreme Leader that much? Are you sure you aren't just imagining things? You kidding me? You don't remember? Well, it rings a little bit of a bell, so maybe, but I've been so out of it lately. Oh, never mind. How about we forget about him and start talking details on our honeymoon? Sure thing, sweetheart. Let's. I've been feeling pretty out of it these days, but I don't have time to figure out why. I've got a honeymoon to plan. I honestly don't know what happened, but I'm just happy my Janetta is back to normal. I've already come up with all kinds of ideas for our honeymoon. I can't wait to share them with her. What do we have here? Oh my goodness. We have the emergency. All positions liberated, even Crossbell. Moonless Morn, 15. 16. Finale. We're reading the end of our books today. We've got bedtime stories. The final stories too. Right, that's another thing to add on to this session this week's worth. Okay, where am I going to? Books. Newspapers. Crossbell Times Emergency! Wait, what's it actually called? Special? I just guess it's emergency edition then, yeah? Breaking news! Major areas liberated, including Crossbell City. Thanks to the combined efforts of the Crossbell Guardian Force, Police Bracer Guild, and other volunteers assembled from various areas, Crossbell City has been reclaimed from the United Nations government as of press time this afternoon. The operation kicked off yesterday as the group neutralized Ebon Defense Force strongholds located in Mines, Michelin, and the Crossbell Police Academy prison. With the capital city now retaken as well, vital locations in all areas of the region are officially liberated, bringing the new government's week-long illegal takeover to an end. Something hit my throat then. Well, I breathed it in. Breaking news. Massive tower appears in Lake Elm. Not long after the liberation mission was deemed a success, an enormous towering structure suddenly appeared in the center of Lake Elm, stretching more than an estimated 500 yards high. Its size is more than double that of Orcus Tower. One of the girls out front of Time said, You know, Naval Fortress annihilated. Immediately after the mysterious tower's surprise appearance, it shot a massive beam of light into the sky targeting Naval Fortress, located in the Erebonian Empire's Lemaire province. The base was bathed in a shower of light before vaporizing in short order, leaving not even the slightest trace of what once stood just moments prior. Luckily, despite the immense damage, recent Imperial drawdown and related military reshuffling efforts meant that no units were stationed at the fortress at the time of the blast, not even a janitor, averting what could have been a calamitous loss of life. The Supreme Leader's proclamation. Just moments after the fortress's dramatic demise, Supreme Leader Rufus Alberea took to the airwaves and a broadcast transmitted across Lemuria to reveal that the tower, known officially as the Retributive Tower, was constructed by his government in secret. Should the other nations of the continent refuse to participate in his United Nations initiative, he warned he wouldn't hesitate to deploy it on another target. International major nations in state of alert. Following the Supreme Leader's declaration, nations throughout the Zemuria entered into a state of emergency as they scrambled military forces and began to evacuate citizens in select areas. Reporters located across the continent tell the Crossbell Times that countries have geared up for war once again under circumstances not unlike those seen 6 months ago. All eyes are on the Republic of Calvard's response to the ongoing situation in particular. The tower's next potential target set to fall within its territory. The Republic has rapidly deployed its main forces along its border with Crossbell, prepared to lay siege at a moment's notice. When the safety of our people is under threat, newly inaugurated President Roy Gramhart stated, it is this government's duty to not only neutralize that threat, but also ensure that the aggressor pays an appropriate price for their actions in return. When prompted for their analysis, one government source took these words to signal Calvert's intention to stage an armed intervention in Crossbell. I guess we're going to get to know this Roy Gramhart quite a bit in future. Breaking news! Crossbell to conduct infiltration operation. Just moments ago, right as this issue was about to go to print, the Crossbell Times received word that Crossbell's provisional legislature, with the agreement of the Imperial and Republican governments, has authorized an infiltration operation into the Retributive Tower. We'll report back with more information as the story develops. Months ago, yeah. Months would be fine. So how many pages of Moonless Morn do we have? 18, 15, and 20. Ooh, that's a big one. That's like a very big read, that is. "53 pages, right? That tower sure is something to whip out right at the last minute. That divine lightning is just awful too. He wants to rain down judgment. No, he just wants violence. I know the world doesn't run on hope, but I just can't accept this." Anything still to buy from me? I thought our supposed supreme leader had an eye for good before, but he's all but lost me on this one. I, though, if I read it out properly. There was a time when I was supportive of the Supreme Leader's plans, but now, no thank you. I might be from a completely unrelated country, but even I'm sick of all the pain and sadness this is causing. And I'm not the only one who feels that way. That's how everyone should feel, period. The Ebon Defense Force has finally left the city. It's like waking from a terrible nightmare. But if that divine lightning is activated, it's clear as a cloudless day we'll have a new war on our hands. We have to do whatever we can to avoid that. I don't want any more people being sacrificed to war. But all I can do is cheer on the people capable of stopping this madness. So I'll cheer until my lungs give out. And we can come back here and buy anything we need to upgrade in time, I guess. I heard news from an old friend close to government sources. They say even those in the EDF aren't themselves, or weren't. The only problem left is that weapon above the lake. But I'm not worried. No matter what troubles we face, we have those youngsters in the SSS to protect us. She really believes. You got me again there, Mary. I finally managed to get in contact with my family in Le Mans. I couldn't begin to tell you how much of a relief it was to hear my parents' voices. Crossbell really is a magnet for trouble. Nice place to live in, though. Well, it's super advanced, isn't it? Alright, so Times Department Store is done. With like a whole half hour's worth of reading to go. I'm not kidding, that 55 pages is probably half an hour of reading. Hey kids, good seeing you. Same to you, Chief. We just wanted to touch base. Looks like the cleanup of those Zalba Soldat remains is done now. Yeah, knock on wood. Red Constellation came in handy for once. The city came out as unscathed as we could have hoped for. Pretty ironic them and Croyce would be the ones coming to the rescue after setting the place on fire once. Yeah, Helios works in mysterious ways, but they're hired guns at the end of the day. They go where the mirror is. Well, I should be rolling out of here soon. I need to hook up with Dudley so we can start going over plans for the big operation soon. What's the guy got to do to get a smoke break around here? Is a few minutes to breathe too much to ask? Look at the bright side. Missing your smoke breaks is doing wonders for your health. Physically, maybe. Not a smoker alive thinks it's good for their lungs, but we sure as hell need it for our sanity. On a serious note, I hope you kids know we're standing at an impasse for Crossbell and its future. So maybe laying off the smokes until this is all said and done isn't a bad idea. Wouldn't want to jinx anything. You must be serious about this if you're willing to give up smoking, even if it's only for an afternoon. The chief without a cigarette in his hand just doesn't feel right. All the more reason we should pull this off. I'm not sure enabling someone's bad habits is a good reason to go stop a superweapon, guys. Just like old times. Don't worry about me. You kids get back to preparing for what's to come. You're gonna need it. Taking the city back was a test for the police, but what comes next is gonna challenge all of Crossbell. Look alive and knock 'em dead, kids. I want only the best of what the SSS has to offer. Got it? Yes, sir. So shut up out there, yeah? Doubt you need me to say that at this point, though. This mission all hinges on the strike team getting the job done. That means you. So don't worry about anything but what you all can control. Take care of the rest. Our weapons orbital systems took a pretty heavy hit against the Zalba Soldats. Gen 10 was quick to make repairs, though. We're really grateful that they were there when we needed them. It was. And you're the last one, Mr. Balloons. The occupation being all over means the Supreme Leader was just blowing smoke, right? Suppose we shouldn't be paying the whole thing any mind then, except for the super weapon. If I've got time to think about what could have been, then I've got time to hand out balloons and put smiles on kids' faces. Would you folks care to purchase some balloons, by the way? I think he's been huffing too much of that helium. So all over. Job done. We can finally resume contact with our regular trading partners now that the city has been freed. That means we can put in orders for items we're out of stock of. Gen10's primary goal remains to meet the needs of our customers no matter the circumstances. I feel as though I need to work harder than ever to make up for all the time we've left our customers waiting. No matter the circumstances, our sworn duty and obligation to meet the myriad needs of all our customers. I'm going to work harder than ever to make up for all the time we've had to keep them waiting. Sure. I've wanted the latest oral vacuum cleaner from ZZF for some time. The manager agreed to order one for me right away. Talk about customer service. That's how Fernand has always been. Caring and willing to help when you need something. I don't know what I'd do without him. I truly love shopping at the store from the bottom of my heart. All of the employees here are so kind and helpful, including the manager. I'll always be a loyal customer of Gen10's. Brand loyalty. The Ebon Defense Force putting out means the former Governor General's uprising has been stopped, right? It's hard to ignore how similar the situation was to what happened a few years ago with Dia de Croix. Dictators are always destined to come toppling down sooner or later, no matter how hard they try. Topping? Wait, does it say toppling the second time round? Oh yeah, it does. The second dialogue says toppling. The first one's just topping. Hi there, welcome to Gen10 Orbital Store. I'm so relieved things aren't as tense as they were before. Crossbell is supposed to be a bright and hopeful place for everyone. Anything else just feels wrong, you know? It's about time things started getting back together to normal around here, if you ask me. Yeah. I'm just reading Ron now. We've already read a lot. A hell of a lot. Do you not sell special thingies for me to buy? What's that about? Hey everyone, congrats on the whole liberation mission. That was nice work. It sure is a big relief not to have those EDF weirdos breathing down my neck anymore. Still, I can't believe the Supreme Leader was hiding a crazy weapon like that up his sleeve the whole time. It's totally nuts. As if things couldn't get any worse than they were. Well, if he thought we were going to just roll over, he's got another thing coming. Don't worry, me and the rest of the Gen 10 crew plan to keep helping the police the best we can. That includes doing some ornament tuning, of course. Don't be a stranger if you need some upgrades. This United Nation and super weapon business have gone far enough. Let's bust the whole thing down and show them what Crossbellans are made of. That's the plan. We'll put a stop to this, Wendy. One of the cops told me that you guys are about to embark on some big operation. It pisses me off seeing those guys bring out that giant weapon thing and they can boss us around. Let's bust this whole thing down and show them what Crossbellans are made of. Indeed. I mean, I shouldn't need you to do any of this at the moment, but we probably will do some once we go back to Reverie. And that's Central Square. Central Plaza. Whatever you want to name it. It's weird because, like, the map icon thing says Central Plaza when you're going into it from another area, but, what is it? The sign says Central Square? Like, no joke. It does. So, either they redated the name and they haven't updated the other bits or not. I don't know. Yep, that's done. It's West Street next. It's West Street where we have something here. I can fast travel right there, so that's not too bad. I knew you could do it, Lloyd. The other police officers told us you were the leader of the big operation. Thank you for saving us. I wouldn't call myself the leader, per se. There were a whole bunch of people. Some you know and some you might not know, like people from Erebonia. Exactly, and there's still work to be done. That means you're up, okay? We need the JSSS around to pick up our slack. Frankly, you kids are more on top of it than most adults around here. Damn right, Tia wasn't kidding around. I'll need you guys to look after Ken and Nana for me, okay? Remember, if things get too scary, it's still brave to run to safety as fast as you can. We, or the guild, will make sure to come to your rescue. Aww. Okay, we'll help. We won't go too crazy either. Yeah, be careful, okay? Just watching everyone makes me feel braver. We might not be able to do a whole lot, but we can still do the best we can. I'm also going to help out as a member of the JSSS, but if Ryu and Anri are ever in danger, I'll make sure to stop them, so try not to worry. Hey, it was totally worth doing what we could as JSSS. People are really starting to count on us. Oh yeah, guess what? Chiruru can come home now. It's a relief that I don't got to be worried about how she's going anymore. Alright, we're going to do whatever we can and protect everyone's smiles, just like you guys. Where's Cherubine again? Is she walking home? I read the Crossbell Times special issue. There are folks out there working hard to stop that insane weapon from firing. It's the SSS and the rest of those young men and women who truly care for our beloved Crossbell. Them here, I feel like we'll be able to overcome whatever obstacles that try to stand in the way of our freedom. I know I'm up there in the years, but seeing them do all they can makes me want to as well. Now, with that being said, I've got to do something. I'm going to head to the cathedral and pray for their operation's success. Why, thank you. Phew. I think we're finally done with our cleanup work. Well done, Oscar and Bennett. That was quite the firefight we had outside the bakery. At least now we can finally reopen for business, right, Bennett? Right, it's certainly been long enough. Still, it's only a matter of time until this brief calm is shattered again. Oh, what do you mean? In the end, Crossbell can't survive without Supreme Leader Rufus to guide us. We're so close to attaining everlasting peace. Why must the police and the CGF keep trying to prevent that? Bennett, take a breath. What the heck has gone into you? What's gone into me? How can you be so ignorant, Dad? You've seen that tower. As long as we have that, nobody will think twice about trying to lay a hand on Crossbell ever again. Am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? No, not Bennett too. Oh, hey you guys. Thanks for coming to everyone's aid once again. I'm sorry to say we're a little preoccupied at the moment. We're not open for business yet. I think you've got more pressing issues than opening the bakery right now, Oscar. Is Bennett alright? Well, as I'm sure you've noticed, the rest of the townspeople are all back to normal thanks to you guys freeing everyone. But for some reason, Bennett still hasn't snapped out of it. Oh no, that poor girl. I guess the effects of the brainwashing haven't worn off for her yet. Yes, although such cases are quite unusual. Maybe somehow the brainwashing resonated so deeply with her mind that it failed to wear off when it did for everyone else. Is such a thing really possible? I think so. The brainwashing probably controlled people by amplifying whatever anxieties they already had deep down. If so, Bennett must have been carrying some serious worries about something. That could explain why her mind still seems to be shackled by its effects. Oh, when you put it like that, I've noticed that Bennett's been a real big worrywart for a while now. She kept making me swear I wouldn't go off and do anything else dangerous. Maybe because I got injured during the war? That has to be it, I imagine. She must have thought that if another war broke out and you got drafted again, you really might never come back. I can see that being the root cause of all of this. Yeah, and then the brainwashing happened to hit at the worst time and it spiraled out of control. Damn. The real question is, how do we help her? Hey, it's okay, Lloyd. Don't worry about it. I think I have an idea of what to do. Those of us at the bakery have our own unique approach to solving problems. And by that, you mean? Yep, I'm going to bake some special new bread just for her and have her eat it. This won't be any old baguette either. The flavor is going to be so out of this world, it'll bring her back to her senses. Pretty lofty aspirations for a loaf of bread, if you ask me. Well, I suppose we won't know until we try, even if I am more than a little skeptical. Actually, I think he's onto something. Bennett's a baker too. If Oscar can somehow deliver a shock to a system that speaks to that pride, it could finally cure her. If there's anyone out there capable of such a feat, it's certainly Oscar. Well, I'm convinced. I've actually already been preparing to make this bread just in case it came to this. Who knows how well it'll work. It's definitely worth a shot. The only problem is that I'm having trouble finding all of the ingredients I need. It's going to take more time to track them down. I'm sorry to make you wait, Bennett. Hang in there just a little bit longer. Hold on, Oscar. Let us help. You can track down what you need. A quest? Are you sure? You guys must have your hands full getting ready for your next big operation. Do you really have time? That's irrelevant. At this point, we won't be able to concentrate on the operation until we get this sorted out. What he said. We'd rather not have any regrets once the plan is underway. Much as I'd rather not have yet another thing to worry about, I guess I can deign to help. Us too. Count us in. As long as we get some of that yummy new bread for ourselves, I'm happy to lend a hand. You guys, I don't know what I did to deserve this. Thank you. Now, since you've been kind enough to offer, I'd owe you big time if you could score me some native bellberries. What are those? Yeah, I'm curious to know. I've obviously heard of bellberries. That's a common enough ingredient, but native ones? You see, most of the bellberries you find are actually artificially cultivated. Native bellberries grow in the wild. Not only are they hardier, but they possess a different flavor too. They've become tricky to harvest lately, though. Maybe the local vegetation has changed or something. I asked people who know the area around Armorica, and even people who travel the Mines Mountain Path and came up empty-handed. In that case, they could be growing somewhere along Ursula Road. Let's try searching some places that haven't seen much human activity recently. We may have some luck that way. Smart thinking. Thanks again. Everyone, I appreciate you all taking the time to do this. I'll leave procuring the berries to you. Okay, that sounds like it would be... So it's along Ursula Road and out of sight of people. So if I were to place a bet, First of all, I have to find Ursula Road on the list. I would say... Oh, is there no road between that and that anymore? I forgot about the field exercise campsite. I was going to say I'd say on the way to Stargazer's Tower. So I need to travel there. And now that we've got a quest, I should complete it. Due order, right? Before continuing the patrol. By road 3 is there, by road 2 is there, by road 1 goes to there. I don't know where to start from to have a look, see. I don't want to be doing too much. I mean, we could check out the field exercise campsite really quickly. I guess it's off the beaten track. The party setup has changed. Unlike when you're in town with a limited party, all party members can be used when on the main road or in dungeons. Please select the members of your party. Oh, okay. Lloyd is locked. Yes, Nadia. Emma. Crosith. We got 3 casters, a dodge, another hybrid caster as well, in Rufus, 2 melee. It's this last slot. That I'm finding a complication, though I feel like I should definitely put someone else in from Lloyd's team, so it's a Tio or an Ellie, obviously. Tag along. I do have a natural scanner, don't I? Yeah, sure. Okay, what the hell is that? Why are there things here? Well, there's a sub-event there, but why are there monsters here? This is on Ursula Road 1, which is what I kind of thought. Okay, looks like we've got a small bit of battling to do.
Got you! Watch out! This one's tough!
Okay, what are we at first? It's like completely new enemies. Fine.
I shall leave this to you.
I'll handle the rest. Analyzing enemy unit.
I realized I should have cured the Hornet first, or scanned the Hornet first. A hard-shell crustacean with an inconspicuous color. It blends into nearly any environment and is,
Let's go.
What level am I?
Break them! Raging hammer!
It's my turn.
That's the question, really.
Kane, down!
Wait, the bugs are going to survive this?
Now!
I've got you.
You're finished!
All right.
I find that bonkers. Forest Snail is fire weak, so that's more of an Emma attack in the first place. It looks like it's going to get up, no problem. I can only get 2.
Zero breaker! They're open!
Attack!
Oh, Emma's on a 0 thing, but I kind of want to get that scan too, don't I? It would make more sense to kill the thing.
It's my turn.
Let's just scan the Harpoon Hornet. We can take out this other guy.
Unit. I see now.
A Hornet whose namesake is inspired by a spiny stinger that stinks into struggling adversaries, often sees his foes of superior sizes.
All right. I'm going.
Better be going.
It's my
I
turn.
mean, really, by the look of it, Ellie's going.
Cut through! It's down!
I've got you!
You're finished!
It's the weird combos
It's my
here. We're doing a swap.
Gotcha! They're open!
Attack! There! Oh, what a relief!
Some big boys there. Rean and Crow level up. Brave reached level 10. Reverie on hammer is learned.
Nice! That'll do it.
That's how it's done.
Okay, I'm a higher level than the enemies. And that should give me Formidable Foes versus Rufus 2 fulfilled. 5 RP. Any more of that value? Defeat 20 Formidable Foes in Zamaria with Rufus in the party, so there's still 5 more there. I've not spent enough intimate moments with people at the beach, you'd have guessed. I've still got to do that with Rufus. Scab this. This is probably exactly what we need. Wow, these all look like wild strawberries. They're shaped like bells. Definitely bellberries, which means these must be their native variant. This is what Oscar was searching for. We would have thought we'd find them at one of our old field exercise camps. It's been just under a year since then. Looks like they took root and bore fruit in the interim. There's something kind of poignant about it all. Totally, I get that. Anyhow, looks like we found what we came for. Let's get them back to Oscar. Very good idea, Yuna. Right, we got what we needed literally on first asking, even though I thought it would be down the other way. Question for me is, do I try to fight anything else in here?
Got you! Here's our shot!
Nauseating to Martian Saturn ones, gold flyers are here too.
Kane, Gale!
They all died. Now I wish I had Dragon Vision.
All right, nice work, team.
Zephyr reached level 10, lost Genesis now. 120% chance of random abnormality, 4 turns of speed large.
I've done it!
When Fee starts off the battle, this is some good new materials, to be honest.
That one is incredibly dangerous.
So you say, I might leave that one though for the time being. Unless there's a chest back there. Which doesn't seem to be honest. Let's just do the quest. Continue what we're doing. I've got the goods. Oh, I guess I didn't talk to anyone further. Which I probably should have done too. Got their extra dialogue, you know. Day of shopping feels so much better now that the city has been freed. Support for the Supreme Leader seems to have vanished too, which is a huge relief. Although for whatever reason, Bennett still seems a little off to me somehow. I'm sure Oscar will take good care of her like he always does, but I still can't help but worry about what's going on with her. We're about to cure it. Why can no one understand that the only way to achieve true peace is through the United Nation? All we have to do is follow Supreme Leader Rufus's every word, and Crossbell's future will finally be secured. Everlasting harmony is within our reach, and no one has to hurt ever again. We'll never lose more than we already have. Why can't Dad and Oscar understand that? Bennett, better snap out of it. I can understand how you might be getting sick and tired of all this fighting, but that's no reason to talk like that. Remember, I need you guys to find me some native bellberries. They haven't been spotted around our Marco mines as much lately, but if your theories are right, they could be growing somewhere on Earth's road that doesn't get a lot of foot traffic. I really thought it'd be Stargazer's Tower, but I guess my place was way more out of the way. I hate to ask you guys to go berry picking now of all times, but we've done it! Hey folks, did my eyes deceive me, or did you? We sure did. We found the berries. Handed over the native bellberries. Great, this is just what I was looking for. I knew I could count on you guys. I should explain. This new bread I'm about to make uses a tweaked version of a recipe that's near and dear to me. It's been a while since I made it. It's hard to get the berries to mesh with natural yeast while bringing out their tartness. Sounds like tough work, but the end result must be worth the effort. I'm sure. We all can't wait to see how it turns out. Yeah, I'm excited to see what it looks like. Ah, so much fuss over bread of all things. Well, now that I've got everything I need, it's time to roll up my sleeves and get baking. You guys mind waiting a bit? It won't take long to finish. No problem. Take your time. We'll be waiting with bated breath to see what comes out of the oven. 30 minutes later. That smells rather nice. Yeah, like sweet milk and baleberries. Plus something else. I'm not sure what, but it smells familiar somehow. Is that? And there we are. All done. Wonderful. You finally finished making it. That's right. I just took it out of the oven. Not to be melodramatic, but this may well be the culmination of every experience I've had up to this point, culinary and otherwise. Wow, that's significant, huh? Now you've got me even more anxious to find out what it's like. Alright, now comes the moment of truth. Huh, what are you doing, Oscar? Today's not one of our purebred competitions. Besides, there's no way you can outbake me at this point. I put stronger feelings into what I make. Back when you were injured, it opened my eyes to... Actually, never mind all that. The point is, I won't touch that bread. You can't make me eat it. You're nothing if not stubborn, Bennett, I'll give you that. What do you mean I'm stubborn? You're the one who's always looking down. Prepare for assault and buttery! Oscar stuffed Bennett's mouth full of fresh, fluffy bread. Well, did it actually work? How does this taste so good? I recognize this flavor too, isn't this? That's right, it's bellberry bread made with natural yeast. It was the first recipe you ever taught me. Now, I won't deny that I still have a long way to go as a baker. On that fateful first day we spent in the kitchen, you taught me how bread could move people, make them genuinely feel things. I wanted to be able to do that for other people with my own creations. As my craft improved, I saw more and more possibilities. Being with you and your dad has taught me so much. I want to cherish the emotion I felt that first day and carry it forward. So I promise you, Bennett, Adios herself could try to take me away and I'd fight it. I'm not going anywhere for anything. You and I are going to carry on the bakery. You and me together, okay? Oscar, You're being serious, right? You're not going to leave again? Of course I'm not. I'm staying right here. That's a promise. And we'll keep baking together. Yep, you and me, Bennett. You're stuck with me, like it or not. I'm going to hold you to all that, alright? Better not run off on me like that ever again. Ever! On my word, nothing matters more to me in all of Zemuria than you, Bennett. It's going to be you and me working those ovens for many, many years to come, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Sound good? Yes, that sounds perfect. Oh, Bennett, I'm so happy for you. Sounds like that bread did the trick after all. Phew, I was worried what was going to happen to her if she didn't snap out of it. Damn, who'd have thought a bunch of flour and water could pack that much of an emotional punch? That'll teach me to respect my local bakery. And yeast, don't forget yeast. But yeah, no wonder Oscar feels so fondly about that bread. It's the very first recipe Bennett ever taught him. In a way, I guess you could say he played his trump card as a baker. This goes to show, love really does conquer all, even a stubborn case of brainwashing. Yes, it was quite an impressive display of devotion on his part. Oh, to be so young and full of passion. Maybe it's about time I retire from the business and leave the bakery in their capable hands. I can think of no worthier heirs, that's for sure. I think we just visited the culmination of everything. Thanks to Oscar's heartfelt loaf of bread, the old Bennett was finally back in action. As a precaution, whilst he checked for any lingering trace of the brainwashing, and concluded it had completely vanished. Thank you so much, everyone. I couldn't have done this without all of your help. No problem. We're all just happy to see Bennett back to normal again. Besides, you were the one who made the pièce de résistance. We just found some berries for you. Maybe so, but a promise is still a promise, you know. Which means it's time to pay the piper and hand her a nice fat slice for free. Or else. Yeah, what she said. We want bread. We want bread. Hey, Dios, grant me the strength to deal with these two. Worry not, ladies. Our deal is still on the table. And now, so is this bread. Here are some extra loaves I made just for you all. They're all yours. Ozben special. Yes, come to Mappa. Mappa? Yeah, sure, Studio Mappa. Come to Mama. These are the kinds of things worth living for. I can eat mine right now. Hey, slow down and leave some for the rest of us, will you? Let's find someone to sit down so we can all enjoy it together, huh? It really does smell wonderful, though. I know, it's so nice and warm. This might be my favorite bread I've ever had. Oh, thanks. Glad to hear you all like it so much. I know things are already looking crazy again, but I have complete faith that if anyone can get us out of all this, it's you all. Make sure you will come back safe and sound. We'll be here waiting to help you replenish all those lost carbs. I'll be sure to prime my appetite. Thanks, Oscar. We'll come back here with everyone when this is all over. We promise. Love story complete. so sorry for worrying you all. I don't know what came over me. For some reason, I got it in my head that I had to do it for Oscar. That's not what either of us truly wanted. But now I know exactly what it is that I want. What's up, Bennett? Oh God, what? Nothing at all. Anyway, I won't make that mistake ever again. I'm going to believe in Oscar and keep moving forward. Thank you, everyone. Don't mention it. The pleasure's all ours. I'm sure you both still have a long way to go, but I know you'll make it there in the end. What? I'm so sorry for all the trouble, of course. I promise I'll never mess up like that again. I'll place my trust in Oscar and keep moving forward. Thanks for everything you've done for us, everyone. Really. Can't thank you guys enough for what you did, seriously. Bennett wouldn't have come back to his senses otherwise. We didn't have a chance to catch our breath before being thrown into another crisis, but I'm sure it'll work itself out. Promise me you'll all make it back in one piece. It'd be a shame not to have a happy ending after coming so far. But I thought you were... Wow, strength, defense, speed, large for 5 turns? Cure stat now? Pretty nice. My door had me worried sick, I'll tell you what. I'm just glad this finally gave those two a chance to have a real heart-to-heart and be honest with one another. All's well that ends well, I suppose. At least I can finally rest easy and start to think about my retirement. Like, think about trying to get, like, more than this first. I don't know. It's very confusing, their relationship now. Anyway, I can't stand around snooping in other people's business forever. I think I'll celebrate by buying lots and lots of bread. A little gluten never hurt anyone. Well, unless you're allergic, but shh. Yeah.